Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. We hope that everyone is doing great today. We want to welcome you at the top of the hour here on a wonderful Tuesday.
Welcome.
We're streaming live. Hello, Patrick, over there. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Carmela. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're excited that you are joining us, and so we're just getting started. So go ahead and like and share the broadcast. And then also join us on YouTube over there. We're excited that we have our YouTube viewers. Hello and good afternoon to you over there too. Go ahead. If you have enough time to invite your family and friends. We hope that you are enjoying your Tuesday afternoon. Patrick is going to be bringing us a great time of renewal practices today at our Tea Time Tuesday. And we're so excited about it. We're going to go ahead and get started because we're excited here at the Renewal Center because this is the month of National Wellness Awareness Month. and National Wellness Month, per se. And so I'm excited about that. We're excited about that here at the Renewal Center, not only because it's just another time to foster wellness and well-being, but because the entire month is dedicated to self-care
Yes.
and talking about initiatives that surround and doing what we can to positively, excuse me, encourage and encourage and make a commitment for us to have well-being. So we're excited about that, to make well-being and self-care a priority and a place of importance this month. So if you all are excited about National Wellness Month, go ahead and share with us what you're doing in the chat so far for National Wellness Month. While we get started, we're going to go into our tea of the week. Hi, Keisha. It's good to see you. Good afternoon. Our tea of the week here at the Renewal Center is chamomile tea. And, you know, this is real appropriate for this month because we want to get a tea that start the kickoff of the month that talks about promoting something that soothes us. Chamomile tea is very calming. It's very soothing. It has a very soft and fragrant, and it's really great to steep this flower tea. It's really great. It's very basic, but it has such a great aspect of bringing calm and pause. It's a great tea to have during your time of pause. So the Renewal Center, our tea of the week is chamomile tea. Good afternoon, Hope. It's good to see you too this afternoon. And we're going to go right. Go ahead, Patrick.
Oh, no, I was just saying hello to Hope and to Keisha, who's out there, and everybody else. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I just we want to invite you to put in the chat, what are you drinking today? What is your tea of choice? Or what is your drink of choice? We'd love to involve our Tea Time community like we always do. And so if you take the time to go ahead and put that in the chat, go ahead and tag your friends and bring your journal. I know I got my journal right here. I got a brand new journal. Excited to use this journal today. And I got my tea. Patrick, what do you have today? What's your tea over there?
I don't have tea today. I did coffee. I'm still sipping on this coffee that I just started a few moments ago. So I'm still doing that.
Okay.
It's like a pecan type of coffee. Mm-hmm.
It's a what kind of coffee?
Like a pecan type of coffee.
Oh, now I bet that smells great too.
It does. Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, we're excited that you all are joining us. Hey, Erica. It's good to see you. Chai tea with
ginger. Okay.
I have a chai tea too, and so I don't have it with ginger, but I bet it tastes really good. Hello, Living in Faith every day. Yes, I have it too. Chai tea with ginger. And it tastes pretty good. I don't have the ginger piece, but I have the chai piece. And there's peppermint tea. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started with our time of locating ourselves. So with National Wellness Month, this is a great thing to incorporate into your regiment, kind of make it a habit. I know this is what we do here at the Renewal Center, and that's locating ourselves. So we're going to take time to just relax ourselves and get into a place of just calm. And so that we can watch a nice video that will focus us in and bring us into our time of wellness and well-being. And so we're going to do that for a few minutes here. Take time to just relax at the top of the day and bring yourself to a place of calm and pause. Thank you for joining us for that time of locating ourselves. And I hope that you took some nice deep breaths. Good afternoon, Nicole. It's good to see you. I hope you guys took a nice deep breath and you relax in a great posture and ready for our time of building resilience, a time of pause and reset. So we're going to go right on into our time of Tea Time Tuesday. Patrick is going to bring us some renewal practices.
Thank you, Carmela. Thank you for just opening us up today. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time. Let me know how you're doing. Just if you can hashtag wellness, because the emphasis today is about wholeness in wellness. So go ahead and hashtag in the comments wellness. That's our emphasis for the month, of course, as we are honoring National Wellness Month, but also that's one of the key foundations here at the Renewal Center, of course, is to pause, right? To reset and to build our resilience. And so please go ahead and share this on your pages. If you don't mind, go ahead and share and tag others, tag your friends, let them know that we're pausing, that we're resetting, and that we're building resilience. And we do that through this type of community. And so I'm excited about being able to be with you today here at Tea Time Tuesday. So one of the key things that we focused on just now was locating yourself, and that's a time to pause, which is so important. So I want to just do a quick survey, a quick pulse of how everyone is doing out there. All right. So what I'd like you to do, if you will, please, is describe your current state of mind in one word. Your state of mind in one word. Go ahead and place that in the comments, if you will. Describe your current state of mind in one word. And then we're going to do this again at the end after our renewal practice for the day. So go ahead, if you will, go ahead and share that. Put that out there in your comments. Describe your current state of mind just using one word. It's important that we know how to locate where we are. Very important that we're able to do that. Good to see everybody coming on today. Please go ahead and like and share. Good afternoon. Hello. All this wellness. That's right. Hello, Charliza. Good afternoon to you. Living in Faith, wellness. Hello, Ravella. Wellness. Charliza, wellness. Okay, one word. Describe your current state of mind in one word. Calm. Okay. Peaceful. Now, also, as you're doing that in the comments, I want you to write it down in your journal. I want you to put it on your phone, because that's going to set the course for the rest of your day. So, peaceful day, a balanced day, balanced, a resetting day, resetting state of mind, resolute. All right. Thank you for sharing. Carmela, any particular one word that comes to you that describes your particular state of mind today?
Yeah, I'm focused today. Focused.
All right. Focused.
Mm-hmm.
See what else is coming in here. Content. Mm-hmm. Content.
That's good.
Uh-huh. Anybody else, please? You're describing your state of mind, and we're trying to set the precedence. That's the whole emphasis behind the exercise right now, is to set our precedence and set our foundation on where is my state of mind. Mine is murky, to be honest with you. Things are murky right now. Got a lot going on. So I'm trying to do this right now. Kind of go through the curse, say, okay, I got this, got that. So it's a little murky right now, but it'll be clear by the end of the day. So a little murky because of all the different demands and different things I'm trying to see through and perceive through. So I wanted to start out with that because we're going to emphasize, again, what our state of mind is at the end of our renewal practice today. But before we get started, I'd like you to give me your definition of wellness. What comes to mind when you think about wellness? What does that word resonate within you? Because our emphasis for the renewal practice today is about wholeness in wellness. When we are well and we take care of our well-being, that makes us a whole person. Mm-hmm. When we are in a place of wellness. And well, why are we emphasizing this? Is because there's a lot of ailments. Science has proven and shown that most of our ailments are physiological, have some connection to our state of mind. That's why well-being is so important that we emphasize that. And what do I mean by well-being? Well, I want to hear from you first. And I want us to come to a common definition in our renewal practice today. So when you think about wellness, what comes to mind? How would you define that? Or how would you describe what wellness is? I want to give you an opportunity to think through that and sit with that, because this is what relates to our total life of who we are, as we set our month, this entire month, for looking at wellness and well-being. Carmela, any thoughts that come to you today when you think about the word wellness, as far as maybe a description of it or definition of it? How does that resonate with you?
Wellness to me is like a level of positivity and balance it's like infused in every part of your life. But if you were to just narrow it down, just the word in of itself, it's like an infusion of positivity. That's wellness to me.
I like the word infusion. Can you take that further? I like that. Infusion.
Yeah. Well, actually, because I was thinking about what you were saying about wholeness. And initially, when you were asking the question, and so infusing positivity would mean to be that it's oozing, that it's impressioning in us from the very core of every part of us. And so I would say wellness would be some form of infusion of positivity that's exuding out of our physical life, out of our emotional life, out of our surroundings, wellness in our surroundings. Is it vibrant? Do we have some vitality in us? So I would say that that's what it would be for me. There's a level of balance, there's a level of infusing positivity there.
Infusing. Thank you for that word today. All right. I might make that my one word here later. Infusing. What are we infusing as far as wellness is concerned? Let's look at some of the responses that are coming in about wellness. Mel, you want to read a few of these? Here we go.
Yes.
Right ahead.
Living in faith every day. Okay. Wellness means to me being healthy in our mind, body, and soul. Yes. Healthy. Right. I like that word, healthy. And Keisha, she's saying to me, wellness is a state of my being in a healed state.
Healed state.
Healed
okay.
State. Yes.
Hey, Shamari, how you doing? Good
Shamari.
Afternoon. All right.
Yes.
Good to see you. Okay, next one.
Audria, emotionally, mentally, physically, relationally, and certainly spiritually healthy. The word healthy, yes.
Okay, I'm seeing a common theme here.
Charlisa, a healthy state, yes, of being balanced emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and relationally.
Let's keep going.
And Ravella, wellness equals balanced, being balanced, calm, and whole in all areas of life. We're
seeing, balanced, whole. And again, today is about wholeness as wellness. Thank you for sharing all of that. Okay, so we're seeing a common thread. What you saying? We're seeing health.
Health.
Right, state of being. Right. So I wanted to make sure we all had the same common focus that we needed to have in order for us to really ensure that Keisha says, I love all of these, a balanced place. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Okay, so we wanted to just make sure that we have some kind of common foundation on what we consider to be wellness. So for the sake of our renewal practice for today, I want to emphasize that the term wellness can be defined as a state of optimal health and well-being, not simply the absence of illness, but an improved quality of life. So I think this contains everything that everyone is saying, is that wellness is defined as a state of optimal health and well-being. It includes everything else that everyone has shared today. Everything that everyone has shared today in terms of your description or definition or how this word resonates with you. And so it's not just absence of illness, but an improved quality of life. I'm going to give you time to think through that definition and that description, and including what many of you have answered today. Again, we're talking about well-being. We're talking about optimal health. We're talking about wholeness in wellness. And it's not just the absence of illness, but an improved quality of life. So it's about quality. Carmela, it's about the quality. And I'm appreciating what everyone is sharing today concerning that, because many times we don't do wellness checks. We just keep pressing through things. And like we say here at the Renewal Center, locate yourself, locate yourself. It's important that you know where you are. So we started out with, describing a word in your current state of mind. How do you define or describe wellness? Because that's going to determine what you pursue. Mm-hmm. It matters. It matters. So it's important that we're able to do that. All right. Healthy state of being and implementing daily habits that improves my mental health, physical health. All right. That's probably hope. Yeah. Typing that in there. So thank you for chiming in on that and sharing that. All right. Healthy state of being and implementing daily habits. Habits. Habitual. All right. Let's do another poll before we get into the renewal practice if we can. Let me know if you're ready, folks. We're going to do a wellness inventory. Here we go. What's an area of your well-being you'd like to improve? We got different answers here, so take your time. A, more sleep. B, more energy. C, better focus. D, improved mood. E, enhanced nutrition. F, elevated exercise. Feel free to answer a combination, all of the above, A through Z, what have you. Let's get a pulse check, a status update, or let's locate ourselves. What's an area of your well-being you'd like to improve? Take your time. A, B, C, D, E, or F. While y'all doing that, I'm going to sip on this coffee here. Now, whatever you put out there, here's the deal. You're going to be held accountable for it. So whatever you put out there in the comments, there's going to be some accountability. Isn't that right? Resilience is through community. Give everybody some time, Carmela, and then we're going to look at these.
Okay.
Hope everybody is engaging and thinking through this, because this is about, again, your state. We already defined it. We described it, how this word resonates with us today as about wholeness and wellness. All right. We're here at Tea Time Tuesday every Tuesday, first, second, and third at 12 p.m. and fourth at 7 p.m. So it's about pausing and resetting and building resilience. All right. Let's see some of these answers here.
Okay.
What's that? We're going to read through these?
More sleep. Audrey is saying she needs more sleep. That's her area of well-being.
Okay, more sleep.
Ravella says ENF. She's looking at enhancing her nutrition and elevated exercise.
All right.
Nicole is improved mood. Better focus. That's C. Okay. Nisha, A and B. She needs more sleep and more energy. Love the emoji. Charlisa, more energy, better focus, and enhanced nutrition. Tina, hello, Tina. Yes, it's a great day. And she's choosing better focus and elevated exercise. Living in faith every day. All of the above except D, improved mood. So her mood is okay, but she wants to improve on those other areas.
All right. Carmela, any thoughts? A through F?
Well, for me, I put enhanced nutrition.
Enhanced nutrition.
Yes, and the reason being is I'm currently on a journey right now with my nutrition, to see what areas nutritionally that I'm lacking, and I want to increase the areas of nutrition and what do I need? What do I need to do? So I'm kind of tweaking some things and getting sound advice about what I need to do and working on that so that my body can function and feel better optimally, like that word you were saying, optimally. And then exercise. I'm incorporating some new things. So that's what I'm leaning into that.
Gotcha. Thank you for sharing that. I'm also an E and F as well. Mine is E and F. I definitely need to think through enhanced nutrition. So I'm trying to work on that myself, and elevated exercise, which means I got to leave where I am to be elevated. So, all right. Thanks everybody for your comments. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the month of August. What is one thing, and then I'm going to go into our renewal practice. We just need to work this out first. What is one thing you're going to do differently to help you improve in that area? Okay. Mm-hmm. Francis says A. Let's go back again. Let's look at what that is. Just hold on a moment.
More sleep.
Is more sleep. Okay.
More sleep.
So we're seeing some diverse trends here. So based upon your answers, everyone, what I want you to do now is what is one action you're going to take to improve that area of your well-being? If you've answered A, what are you going to do differently, or if a combination? So now it's time for action. Now you got to either write this down, put it in the comments, everyone, or you need to put it in your accountability section. I don't know if it's your phone. I don't know if it's your journal, or you need to speak it out loud, or you have an accountability partner or something. But I want you to think about it. What is one action you're going to take, or what are you going to do differently to get more sleep, to improve your energy, to have better focus, to improve your mood, to enhance your nutrition, to have elevated exercise? We're going to take our time, and then in a few moments, we'll get into our practice for today. I'm going to give you time to think about that. See, this is true locating yourself, Mel. This is true locating yourself.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Now I'm thinking about, okay, elevated exercise. Oh gosh. Enhanced nutrition. I think I'm doing it already. I'm starting. And what I've done differently is I decided to watch what I purchase, all right, when I do go to the farmer's market or to the grocery store. And so the less I have in my house, the more I won't go and eat that food because I haven't bought it. So it just makes sense not to even get it and have it around, because if it's right there, I'm going to go ahead and eat it. So that's one thing. That's a small step for me. So if you're not in the vicinity of it, you're okay. Okay. That means no DoorDash, no Uber Eats. Okay. No delivery services. Limit your going out to eat, 30 days of tracking. You're going to cook every day differently or plan. So those are just a few things that I'm doing since the 1st of August. And it's actually worked. And the purpose is to get some discipline. So that's just my approach. I don't see any comments coming in. Folks must be thinking. That's okay, though. That's okay. We'll go right into my renewal practice for today. Did you want to comment on anything that you're doing differently, or an action?
Well, yeah. For me, I think this time I'll go around, because I've been around the bend before and several times, but this time to buckle down, the first thing that came to my mind is to plan. And so I'm going to plan, and what I want to do is to make things visible so I could see, not, when where do I want to go, or what is my menu for the week, I want to see. And then one thing I want to do starting today, that was something you said, what are we going to start doing? I want to get myself a nutrition plate. So that's something, the actual plate that you can use to put your food, itemize what you want to eat or what you're going to eat, so you can stick to. I want to stick to it. So that's something that I know will help me.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, now we got some answers coming in. All righty.
Okay, what we have.
Okay, let's go through it. Keisha says, unplug and stick to my bedtime. Stick to your bedtime. All right, I'm going to take it further. Keisha, what does unplug mean? What does that mean to you? When you say unplug, is that literal turning off your devices, checking out for the day? What does unplug mean to you? Let's dig a little deeper into that. I mean, I don't want to coach right now, but what do you mean by unplug? All right, let's see here. I haven't counted any filter as of yesterday. So you're starting today. All right. When are you going to talk with a accountability partner living in faith every day? What's the action that's going to be taken? Regular meetings, regular conversations. And that's for F. Let's bring that back up again. All right. It's interesting. This is good. All right. So enhanced nutrition. Okay. And then for C, better focus. All right. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Let's keep going here. Let's see what else we got here. Earlier cutoff of activities. What activities exactly are you referring to that needs to be cut off? Go back to practicing bedtime yoga. So you're going to be stretching, meditating, calming yourself. All right. Very good. Camilla, you want to take the next few? Let's go ahead. Here we go.
Yeah. Tina, she's going to put away the phone. So that from what C is better focus, right? So she's going to put away the phone, and then F, elevated exercise. She's going to leave the bed earlier and just do it. I have the equipment in my living room.
Equipment's right there. My goodness. I feel you on that. I understand. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one here. Here we go.
Francis. Okay, Francis. She says she's going to implement a bedtime routine. So she's going to move into consistency at this point. So she wants to do it consistently.
All right.
Nicole, in trying to improve focus, I'm learning to negate focus on the things that aren't priority. So she's making looking at that list of priority, what she's going to eliminate. Ravella, maintain my exercise schedule, more veggies, less sugar. Yes.
Keisha answered, unplug to me turning the phone off. No social media after 9:30. So everybody, if you see Keisha's light on, tell her turn it off. Get off your phone. You see that light on? What you doing up? It's 9:30. All right, now we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna bombard you. All right. Maintain that good rate. Okay, we got that. All right. Weekly check-ins. I'm required to keep a log. All right. Camilla, check. Here you go. This one.
Shalisha, she's saying be consistent in eating breakfast daily. Incorporate 3 meals a day. So consistency is what she's moving in.
Okay. All right. All right. Keisha says, please hold me accountable. So everybody right now that's on tea time, she put it out there. She put it out there. Hold her accountable. All right. But I think this is important that we talk through this. I mean, this is good. This is how we build resilience. All right. Let's encourage each other. Let's edify each other. Let's build each other up. And so today's focus, and I'm going to shift here. And for those of you that are coming in, welcoming into our Tea Time Tuesday, where we pause, we reset, and we build resilience. Today's focus is about wholeness in wellness. We've talked about what wellness means to us. We've defined it. We've described it. And so, and actions we're taking. So I want to commend everybody again for the action that you're going to take. You're taking a step. And that's the important part, is that you're going to do something differently. So today I want to focus on the 12 dimensions of wellness and this wellness inventory today. And this particular research was developed in 1975, where it forms the basis of what we call a wellness inventory. And this original wellness assessment was developed by a Dr. John W. Travis, who was also has a master's in public health. And the whole focus is about a whole person model called the wellness energy system. And it's about 12 fundamental life processes that interact with one another to shape our life experience and our state of personal well-being. And so today we're going to go through each one of these, all 12 of these, and just touch on these individually. And what do we mean when we talk about the 12 dimensions? There's another model called the 8 dimensions of wellness, but this one relates to how these areas shape our life experience and state of personal well-being. Interesting, huh? So we're gonna start out with self-love and responsibility. Self-love and responsibility. That's the first one. When we think about self-love and self-responsibility, that's our first dimension. Because oftentimes what happens, Carmela, we put ourselves last. Oftentimes we do that. Not sure why, but at times we do. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think what ends up happening is we're taking care of other people, our professional obligations. And so if we're not experiencing self-love and responsibility, what that can do is our motivation begins to diminish. And so self-love is a major part of our well-being. And it's a foundation for how we treat others. So if I don't have self-responsibility and self-love, then the way I engage others will also be diminished. Okay? That's a reflection of who we are inside, on the inside. The way that we treat others really is a reflection of where we are or who we are on the inside. So this is about extending compassion to yourself, all right? Self-love, self-responsibility, that's important as a first dimension of wellness. I want us to really think about that, because many times we struggle with putting other people's needs in front of their own. I got to take care of this. I got to respond. We immediately react to something. And so as a result of that, many times, Carmela, we forget to take care of ourselves as much as we should. Okay? Taking care of yourself is just as important as helping other people. And you can't take care of yourself, or you can't take care of others if you're not taking care of yourself. So
I'm an advocate for that. Yes.
So our first dimension today is about self-love and self-responsibility. And I put a wheel in the middle of it because that's something that we should go through every day. This is an everyday cycle, an everyday imperative. Number 2 is breathing. Breathing? Yes, breathing. Let's go to that one. Breathing is our next one. And when you think about this as a dimension of wellness, the breathing part of it, stay with me, folks. Think about this. Breathing is a primary energy that can help calm our emotions. It helps focus our mind. It heightens our sensory awareness. It promotes relaxation. We do that in a locate ourselves exercise. You have to have a difficult conversation. Take some time and breathe. Okay, everybody, matter of fact, while we're here, let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths, okay? Get yourself in a good position and let's breathe in. Go ahead. Let it out. Take another deep breath. Go ahead. Let it out. Take another deep breath. Go ahead. And let that out. What did that do to you? What did that do to you when you did your breathing just now? Feel free to place that in the comments. First dimension, self-love and responsibility. Second dimension, breathing. What does that do? Carmela, any thoughts on that? What did that do to you just now? Just taking those 3 deep breaths and letting that out.
Well, honestly, your nervous system, you're calming, you feel calm immediately. It's like it brings self-awareness about where you are, and you're able to focus on where you are. Your breathing helps you do that. Your deep breathing.
Very good. Got a couple of answers coming in. Charlisa says here, slowed my heart rate.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna read the next one, Mel.
Tina said, my thoughts relax as an overthinker.
All
Thanks,
right.
Tina. Belinda, she's relaxed. Breathing helped release a little tension in my shoulders.
Okay.
Thanks,
So again,
Faith.
thank you, everyone. Breathing is like a reset button. Breathing is like a reset button. Some of y'all probably need to put that someplace in your house, and before you have to go, especially if you have a tense role and you got a lot going on, maybe just looking at that daily, okay, let me just take some time to pause. Because your issue may not be self-love, it may not be self-responsibility, but it might just be breathing to reset yourself. Okay? Sensory awareness is important. It allows you to be more present. Yes. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, about why we take time to do that. So again, we've covered 2. There's 12, but we're going to take our time with this. So self-love, breathing. Here's the next one. Ready? sensing.
Mm-hmm.
Our senses
Yes.
are in overload. Our senses are in overload. Would you agree with that, Mel?
Yes, I definitely agree
Yeah.
with the
Okay.
buzzes and the whistles and the bells of everything.
Right. The world is what?
Mm-hmm.
If we were to find that, the world is what? Hectic, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Right. Constant load, constant
Mm-hmm.
interruptions, constant this, constant that. I think part of this model, this particular well-being approach, sensing here is about how do we navigate our environment? Do we have situational awareness? That's light, heat, touch, sound, odor, taste, all those things. Okay. And so sensing is important because what that helps us do, it helps us reduce the overload or the demands of the world that we're living in. That's
Yes.
why we have tea time. This is,
Yes.
we sip tea, we pause, we reset, we build resilience because we're sensing. Next time you go for a walk, just sit somewhere, feel the breeze. We just rush it. Sit out somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and just feel the breeze and really feel the breeze.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at your lake, your river, your favorite place, just listen to the sound of the water. Listen to what's going on. Really highlight your senses. And the reason why we do that connected to wellness is because depending on how loud our world is, we become dull to what's around us. Even in your own home, you got rooms you don't even go into.
That's
Go
good.
there, sit in that room, and just look at it. Start noticing that dust. Let me stop. But
Mm-hmm.
sensing is important. Sensing is important. Okay. Don't let one sense become overloaded. Don't let one sense become like for instance, if it's constantly visual, if you're constantly looking
Yeah.
at things, my whole role, and I realized today I've been working remotely for 10 years, an entire decade, working remotely on devices, seeing. So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
your one sense can have overload. You're not
I
touching anything,
agree.
you're not tasting anything, you're not hearing anything. What thoughts do
Mm-hmm.
you have on that, Carmela?
Oh, I definitely agree with the overload with visual things because we live in such an age of everything is virtual, visual. Hello, Latasha. Stop and be present in the moment. Thank you. I think because we are engaging in where we are visually, and sometimes our physical eyes and our minds need a break from so much stimuli. And so I do believe that, yes, we are in overload. And something I want to share too, I just want to piggyback off of what you were saying about our senses with our smell, taste, and touch. And one of the things that just really stick out to me is sometimes we kind of whisk through the experience of even enjoying our meal. You know, take the time to just enjoy and taste what we're eating. Or like
Mm-hmm.
you said, when you are out, and sometimes that dining experience can become dull, because we're not taking the time to enjoy the color or the flavor or any of that kind of stuff, which really fosters our well-being because it makes our surrounding, it enhances our surroundings. And so I like the fact that you were
Mm-hmm.
talking about enjoying the breeze, the feeling of it. And what about what you smell, appreciating that too. So I like the fact of the sensing aspect of, that whole person model in the dimension of wellness of what you're talking about.
Mm.
I think it's
Thank
so
you for sharing
important.
that about our dining experiences. And maybe a little
Mm-hmm.
thing could be plate your food. Spend some time and plate your food. What do you mean plate your food? I just throw it on there and eat. Take some time, maybe just one time, and just plate your food. Put it on a nice white plate and
That's
just
right.
plate it. And sit down at
Mm-hmm.
your table and turn everything off, right? This is wellness.
Enjoy it.
And just sit there. Maybe open up one of the windows and look outside and just embrace the fact that you're looking at your backyard
Mm-hmm.
or something a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more positive and really sensing the environment that you're in. It's just part of wellness because we are constantly rushing. And sometimes that might mean saying no to a working lunch, which leads me to the next point, eating. Our next one is eating. Now, again, we're talking about the dimensions of wellness, the 12 dimensions of wellness here. Self-responsibility, number 1, breathing, number 2, sensing, number 3, eating is number 4. We're going to go through the rest. So we're going to take our time with this, and I'll come back to this at the end of August, all right? In our 4th one, we're going to go back over this again with some other exercises, if that's okay. So make sure that you join us every Tuesday as we're emphasizing this. So again, eating. We have already talked about eating, I think, a little bit earlier. But again, this is about, the type of foods that you eat, how you nourish yourself. All right, everybody type out mindful eating in the comments. Mindful eating. Say, well, Patrick, what do you mean by mindful eating? Well, this is deeper awareness, what you just said, Carmela, about taking the time to taste your food, taking your time to slow down. Mindful eating is important. That improves your digestion and it makes you eat less.
That's good.
So that means if you're hungry, don't go shop. Eat and then go shop. All right?
That's true.
Mindful eating is important so you can fully enjoy that experience and improve your digestion. You're eating less because you're engaging in mindful eating. All right? So everybody, I want to encourage that eating plays a primary role because whatever we eat impacts our brain health as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yes.
Whatever we eat impacts the health of our brain. Everything in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
So you're eating consciously. I like the snack. Moderation. Consciously. Okay, that's important. Too much processed food is not good. It's impossible to avoid it. You go get gas, you run in, you see something, you grab the snack. Boom, there you go. Mindfulness. Being conscious, of your eating habits, all right? And how you're eating. So again, that's another dimension of wellness we want to go to. What's another one? Moving. Moving is a basic expression of our life energy. All right? Sometimes our lives can become too sedentary because we struggle to find the time to reintroduce more movement and physical activities into our lives. Science says, Carmela, that I found out lack of movement can lead to guilt and frustration. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to study that and kind of study that out in the research. But the literature says that the lack of movement and lack of stretching and those things, it decreases if we don't do it, then our level of guilt and frustration. So I think we need to find out different ways of moving. All right. Now you might say, well, this is tea time. We're talking about movement. Yes. All right. How about if you have sandals on, go ahead and stretch your toes and take your time to stretch your toes. Maybe you can stretch your wrist or do something like this to stretch yourself. If you're working at an office every day, you might want to here's a suggestion, perhaps in your Outlook, in your calendar, set break times that says stretch, and it pops up and it tells you to stretch. Time to move. You've been sitting on a meeting for an hour and a half or an hour. All right. Little things like that help you. Those types of behaviors or actions will help you do more movement. Any thoughts on that as far as how moving is part of our wellness, Mel?
I think, just to go back to support, I guess the research that you said that you're going to look more into, but just the fact that you're seated for such a long period of time, to get up and maybe to get some fresh air, your body will, respond in such a way you feel energized, you'll feel refreshed. Maybe getting a little bit of vitamin D if you can, get out for 5 minutes, get some vitamin D outside in the sun. That makes a big difference. That you could do some stretching, and just being able to get up and move makes a big difference instead of feeling stagnated or stuck or, like you said, sedentary. And it becomes a habit, eating at your desk all the time, getting up, maybe eat outside or have lunch in the foyer or in the break room or somewhere else so that you can get, that movement in throughout the day.
Very good. Absolutely. And I want to encourage everyone to balance between rest and activities.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's time to rest, rest. If there's time to be active, be active. Okay. Because movement is important. Not only that, when you stretch before workout, certain toxins in your body are removed, and there are certain chemicals that really strengthen your body when you're moving. So take some time to stretch today. If you have not stretched today, take about 5 minutes to stretch. Even come up against the wall, go against the wall and stretch yourself. Stretch your back out, stretch different muscles in your body. Ensure, okay, we're talking about total wellness, all right? So that includes all the things that we're talking about today. Moving is part of that. All right, let's keep going, man. Let's go to a few more. After moving, next one we're going to get to, and we discuss this, is your feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling. All right. Fear, sadness, anger, joy. All right. Feelings are your internal guided system. They're your emotions. They're not the same as thoughts. Okay. They're different, and that's next, but they're not the same as thoughts, although they're deeply intertwined. Okay. In any given event, you respond by both feeling and thinking. Sometimes we give priority to our thoughts about a subject and maybe ignore our feelings, and vice versa. So that's why many times people are not in touch with how they're feeling. So it's important that we have to balance that out as well. Again, wellness, part of it is, and this might, seem a little too straightforward, but there are small pieces that go into your emotions why you feel the way you do about things. It's important to sit with that as well and knowing how to express it. And that's the key to being your very best self, is by knowing what's going on inside of you instead of repressing them and suppressing them or feeling bad. Well, do you feel bad about what you feel? No, you shouldn't. How you feel is how you feel. And then you just navigate it because it's something that you have. You have a thought. You have a feeling. Okay? Thoughts on that, Carmela? Any thoughts on that? Being more in touch with what's going on there.
I not to, belong that, but I looking at what you were saying about our emotions are our internal guiding system. And sometimes we can be led by emotions, and that just leads us into places that we may not want to be emotionally, that could be draining or those type of things. And so that could be counterintuitive to our well-being. So I do like that that's a part of the wheel, because we can't leave that part out. Like I always say, you're going to be with yourself 24 hours a day. So you might as well stay in touch as to where you are, with your feelings.
Very good. I want everybody to write out, recognize and validate. Recognize and validate. Recognize your emotions and then validate them. That's what we need to do. I recognize what's going on. Yes, I feel angry, and I validate it. There it is. I'm acknowledging it. That's a key of empowerment as well, by recognizing what's happening and validating them. So again, recognize and validate. All right, let's go to the next one. After we've focused on that, what do you think is next, Mel? Talked about feeling.
Let's see. That was feeling, thinking.
There it is. Absolutely. Thinking.
Okay. Thinking. All right.
Yes, thinking. Absolutely. That's another part of this 12 dimensions of wellness and well-being, is looking at our thinking. We've gone through several right now. So we're now in the thinking part. Thinking, our mind can be our greatest friend or it can be our greatest enemy. And whatever cycle of thinking you have is what's going to determine your well-being. Whatever cycle of thinking you engage is going to determine your well-being. Thinking now. Sometimes some folks, say, well, I can't sleep. It's because you don't know how to turn your mind off yet. You haven't turned your mind off. How do you actually do that? How do you turn your mind off when it's time for you to relax? How can we live in such a way? And here's a good potent question, Carmela, is how can we live in such a way that our thinking truly serves us? We don't have to answer that now, everyone, but that's a potent question. How can I live in such a way that my thinking truly serves me? It truly serves me. And really think on that. And we wonder why we're not making certain decisions, or we are making certain decisions. Many times it's because, thoughts. And, research now says that the brain continually changes through life. The new research in neuroscience. And thoughts are separate entities from your feelings. So that's why we talked about feeling, but now when we think about thinking, they have just the same amount of power as feelings. It affects physical health, mental health, and how we live. Got to recognize the thoughts that come. Again, acknowledge and validate. Recognize them. We talked about recognize and validate our feelings, where we acknowledge our thoughts and then we understand them. We acknowledge this is where it is. Here are the type of thoughts that are coming. And so the brain is going to respond whether it's positive or negative. It doesn't know. So it's going to respond.
The difference.
If it's constantly negative, it's just going to respond. It's not going to filter that for you. It's going to respond based upon what you allow to stay there.
That's true.
All right. So again, what's the question here? How can I live? How can we live in such a way that our thinking truly serves us? All right, let's move on to the next one. Playing and working. Playing and working. Work and play is important. What does it do for you? Playing and working is important. That's the next dimension. Playing and working.
Yes, I like that.
You're so focused on work, you don't even play.
You gotta play. Yes.
And sometimes, you know what passes for play in adult life is really escapism. I'm just doing this just to escape the realities of my life. You better play every day. Balance out work and play. That's joyfulness. That's creative. That's spontaneity. That's vital. Finding ways to balance work and play. And I know people say work-life balance. I'm not talking about work-life balance. I think that's really misnomer, there, but I do think that, but that's another debate. We'll maybe talk about that at another time. But I do think that we can balance our work and play, which is our attitude towards the work that we do. Honestly, I had the same team remotely for 2 straight years, and I had tea time with my team because we were all in like 5 different states, 4 different countries. So I was like, well, one of my teams was, 7-8 hours ahead of me. I had to learn how to balance that. And it was like, there were times we had meetings that had nothing to do with work. Just how you doing? What's going on with you? To engage in a different way. Sometimes we have to really think about work and play in a different way. Got any thoughts on that, Carmela? And also our audience. I want us to think about that. Work and play. Hopefully this is helpful to everyone today. If this is helpful, can you hashtag wellness? Can you hashtag wellness for us? Let us know that this is helpful. Go ahead, Carmela.
Oh, yeah. I remember we did have a renewal practice on play, and it's so essential. It's like you said, it's vital to take time out. You're doing the work part. You're doing the work piece is a constructive focus and the contribution. That's the piece that, that you do. But then the play, we have to take time to be creative and have fun and enjoy and have that, I always liken it back to recess. The best part of the day when we were in school was recess. You need time to just have fun and enjoy life, do the things that you like doing that brings enjoyment. So I think that play and working are very essential parts of our well-being, because you still have to have the constructive contribution piece, but then you still need play.
Yes, we do. And for the deep folks, play.
Have fun.
That's right. What's another one? Communicating. Communicating. That's another dimension of wellness. That helps us share internal realities of our thoughts and feelings with others. It conveys our wants and our needs. Okay? That helps us shift from judgments and assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not one way, right? You teach a class in communication and you're coaching, all right? There's also feedback.
Yes.
Now imagine walking up to somebody and the whole time they're talking and you don't get a word in. All right? So communicate, you can't get a word in. Mel, what are you thinking? How you doing over there? Everything is great. I'm just keep talking. Slow down.
Okay. Right?
Yeah, like, goodness gracious. Can I get a word in, bro? So communicating is very vital to your wellness.
Yeah.
Everybody put in the comments, active listening. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Active listening. That helps break down communications. Removing absolutes like you never and you always. You always do that. Well, you never. Well, second. I always have it on point. Well, nobody always and nobody never, right? So let's remove absolutes as well. Active listening and being mindful of our absolutes in the words that we say, because we start convincing ourselves that we the shindiggity, right? And we still got space to grow. Go ahead, Mel, you about to say something?
I'm just laughing at what you were saying.
So we're going to go over these again. All right.
Yeah.
And I can't wait until we do this as a group because I think there's some additional exercises we can work through. Let's go to the next one. The next one is intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so communicating and intimacy. And this covers a wide range of our relationships. That plays a vital role. How are your connections? How are your connections, your intimacy? How are your close-knit bonds with other people in your life? Just think about this. How is it? How are your close-knit bonds? Take your time and think through this. This is important that we think through this because intimacy is very critical for wellness. Well, I just can't do people. Then you're not a well person if you can't do people. You know, people say that, Mel. I just can't do people. If you can't do people, then you're not well. What is the status of our close-knit bonds? One of the biggest pieces we know is trust, right? We get it. Yeah. It is trust. Being able to trust, and that's incredibly important. Learning to trust, learning to appreciate, learning to respect others, that increases intimacy. So regardless of how it's reciprocated, give that trust, be a trustworthy person and show that appreciation and show that respect, but be trustworthy. All right. Trust is predicated on trustworthiness from an intimacy perspective. Family members, your spouse, your partner, your friendships, all that is critical. And these are multiple dimensions within intimacy, but this is a vital part of well-being and checking on the close-knit bonds that we have. All right, let's keep going. Last two. Let me bring up this other. Ready? Finding meaning. So communicating, intimacy, and finding meaning.
I like that.
Finding meaning. Now, this dimension of wellness plays a role in each of our lives differently, right? So every one of us will reach a time in our life where we contemplate reason. We look at existence. We look at why am I doing this? What's going on? Where's my place in the season? Especially if you've just recently had any transition. Finding meaning is important to your well-being where you are. Who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose here? What's going on here? All right. You can search for that. You can find that meaning. And so it's a deep part of human experiences. So allow yourself to search for meaning in new areas. Get that down, everybody. Allow myself to search for meaning in new areas. Let me give you an example. I was not a doctoral PhD student for many, many years. For the past 3 years and 3 summers, I've been a student. So I had to find meaning in the new area of being a student. Because before I was not necessarily a structured student. So my mind, I had to say, okay, in this journey, I'm going to define there's a purpose here. And I looked at my journal that I kept for the past 3 or 4 years. And that was one of the things that I had to define myself as is, okay, I'm a student, so I have to find meaning in this new area of my life. So if you have a new area, depending on, sometimes it's roles that change, situations change, seasons change.
Yes.
Geography, location,
Right.
roles, friendships, family. So it's important. Right. It's okay to search for meaning in new areas. And this is unique for all of us, different for all of us. You have what thoughts do you have on that, Carmela, as well as our audience? I hope this is helpful. Go ahead.
This is good. This is good. And it's very relevant because, like you said, I look at it, we're ever evolving. And, where I was 5 years ago, I might be in a different place. So what am I learning? Not just that, getting an understanding as something that you said, and you say repeatedly, okay, so what do I need to keep doing? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to tweak or whatever? That goes back to me in that area of finding meaning. And so how is this applying to my life now? Or what am I becoming because of it?
Yes.
In this journey of where I am right now,
that's good.
My age, my life, wherever, might be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want everyone in August, since this is National Wellness, and this is one of the things we're talking about as a renewal practice, is allow yourself to search for meaning in new areas. And I know we're just about over time, but stay with me. I think this is very engaging. This is a very important topic because we're going to revisit this the end of the month and really do some work in this area as well. So mark your calendars for all of our tea times this month. Last point is transcending. That's my last point for today. Our last point is transcending. So we talked about intimacy, about finding meaning, and about transcending. What that is transcending is really like your moment of overcoming. Like if there's an autopilot that you've been living in, and then one day you just wake up from it. Like I've been kind of coasting in this area, autopilot, leave well enough alone. What will be, que sera, sera. It is what it is. That's autopilot. All those things are autopilot. If anybody can relate to that, give me a thumbs up, an emoji or something. Let us know. All right. So this is when you move from saying no to saying yes. I was saying no in one area of my life. Now I'm going to start saying yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to pause and sit with that right there. What does that even mean when you talk about transcending? Now you get into this esoterical teaching. Well, no. All right. This is really about being awake and looking at different pieces in your life and being awakened to it. Observing the world around you, observing the world within you, being mindful of different areas, becoming more aware. That's what that is about. And this helps you become more peak in your performance. It really does. And what this does is it helps you, especially when you're like, okay, why can't I get certain things done? I'm looking for a role. I'm looking for a new door. I'm looking for a contract. That's the time to say, okay, let me start saying yes to where I am right now and becoming more aware of what's going on in my life. Smart, it's in stages. So again, transcending is that last piece that I wanted to bring to us today. So that wraps up our renewal practice for today. I'd like everyone, if you will, all of our tea timers, which particular wellness dimension principle in our renewal practice today resonates the most with you? You can put that in the comments. And then also, I'd like for you to share with us your takeaways for today. All right. And then we'll close things out. Carmela, any thoughts on anything that we shared today? Anything that just jumps out that you want to recap?
Well, I think what jumps out the most at me is finding meaning. Just, the course of where you are in life. I'm talking, from myself, the course of where I am, finding meaning. Where am I, going? Where am I heading? How is this impacting? How is this influencing? What can I do? How do I maneuver? And how does that add value? At this point in the game, is about how is it adding value in my life? So, kind of looking at it from that perspective of this whole entire, and then the fact that the whole entire wheel, the whole person, that's my feedback of today. I'm not going to be too long-winded about it, but the wheel, just evolving in all these areas, the whole person. This is really edifying today, because it really sparks something within us to what areas can we, move out and be better in. And so I really like the fact that finding meaning, of course, all of these resonate, but finding meaning for me is what sticks out the most. But I really want to take this wheel and roll with it.
Roll with the wheel. All right.
And roll with it.
Yes, roll with the wheel. That's right. That's right. That's good. Yes. All right, folks, please share with us what resonated with you today. Which one really resonated with you today? What's your takeaway? What did you learn? What was new? What are you doing differently in these areas of the 12 dimensions of wellness? Again, this is about shaping our life experience and our state of our personal well-being. So please feel free to place those in the comments. I want to thank everybody for participating in our tea time today. If this has been a benefit to you, here's what I'd ask you to do today. I want you to think about donating to the Renewal Center. And here's why. One is you're supporting all of our renewal programs and all our initiatives. We are currently in the middle of our giving challenge for the summer. And so here are the ways to give. You have an opportunity today to partner with us. The Renewal Center has incredible programs. And so I'm appreciative of what we do and how we help others in preventative areas of our mental health and our wellness and our wholeness through renewal programming. So I want to give you an opportunity to donate to the Renewal Center today. Here are our ways of giving. We have CashApp, which is Cash Renewal Center. We do have PayPal and Zelle, which is the Renewal Center 2020 at Gmail. Also, our Venmo, which is at Renewal Center. You can go to our website at therenewalcenters.com/give. And just want to remind you, make sure you download our mobile app from your store, okay, your app store. So go to your mobile app as well. You can give through our mobile app, and you can stay connected to all of our digital recordings, our blog, our announcements, our notifications, and our programming as well. So just want to give you an opportunity to ask you to partner with us here at the Renewal Center. And we are looking forward to partnering with you, supporting with you as we want to grow continually our renewal programs for others. I also want to say when you're donating to the Renewal Center, you're supporting us in our grief recovery services. We are launching our practice, our Renewal Center grief, pain, and stress, our GPS sessions. And so I want to encourage you this coming August, all right, August 30th at 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., we have our first grief recovery webinar on navigating grief. And so our grief recovery program is designed to provide compassionate support and effective tools to help you navigate through this difficult time. And so we're going to be in webinar mode. So it's about helping you understand what is our GPS model and what is our grief recovery program information. If you need it individually as what individual grief recovery navigation, or if you want to join the grief recovery group, and it helps you navigate that healing process of loss of any kind. And so really, really effective. We're looking forward to growing and expanding that. Save the date. Say, well, Patrick, how do we sign in? Go to our page. All right, go to the top of our social media page, and then we'll post this again and ensure that you're able to connect with us during that date. So August 30th, that's the last Friday of this month, and it will be virtual. We'll look forward to seeing you soon. And a few more announcements I want to remind you of is we have each and every Sunday our New You Digital Discipleship. That's every Sunday at 10 a.m. And if you just download our mobile app, you can actually register through that as well. We also have our summer prayer that we've been praying all summer, June 5th and 12th, July 10th and 17th. Those dates have passed. So that means tomorrow at 7:30, August 7th and 14th. Join us. If you haven't had a chance to join us for prayer this summer, this is the time to come in and just be a part of that time of prayer here at the Renewal Center with our ministry team. So I want to remind you of that. And also, lastly, our Tea Time Tuesday, every first, second, and third Tuesdays at 12 p.m. and our fourth Tuesdays at 7 p.m. where we pause, reset, and build resilience. And again, I want to thank everybody for being a part of this. And again, just want to give you an opportunity to donate to the Renewal Center one more time during our giving challenge. Here's are the ways to give so that you can support the Renewal Center and be a part of all of our initiatives. I want to thank you for that as well. And there it is again. Make sure you download the mobile app, okay? All right, let's look at some of the takeaways, Mel, that we have. I'd love to read those out. So let's go back to the top here and see, folks, if you're still out there watching, please chime in and let us know what are some of your takeaways. What was new for you? What resonated? What are you going to work on? All right, let's go here. Here you go, Mel.
Okay, Ebony, finding meaning in new areas. That's her takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
Audria, finding meaning, most definitely. Mm-hmm. Tina, finding meaning and transcending. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Living in faith every day, sensing stands out to me most. Yes. Latasha, I didn't log in until late, but I'm so thankful for the reminder about taking time out to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Latasha. Living in faith every day. Takeaway. In my thinking, I will acknowledge and validate, but I won't keep replaying things in my head. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
See what else got in there. Anybody else, please fill and share. Go ahead.
Okay, Charlisa resonated. This is what resonated with Charlisa. Finding meaning to transcend. Takeaway. How can I live in such a way that I think well, to be well, and live well, to love well, and ultimately serve well in the life with others, Love that.
Right.
It's great.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of that and part of our audience today. One more thing we're going to do before we close out and finish up our renewal practices for the day. I just want to go back to that one word. Now that we've had this time of renewal practices, I want you to describe your current state of mind now in one word. Mm-hmm. All right. Again, thank you, everybody, for connecting with us today. We'll see you next Tuesday, right on Tuesday, where we pause, we set it, and we build resilience. Have a very good day.
Good day.